so good to have you out here amongst us this morning. My friends, let me ask you all a very important question. Are you ready for revolution? Yeah! Very good, my friends, and you have certainly come to the right place. But when you pass those ropes down there at the end of the street, you walk into the past, here into the 18th century, here into July of 1776, here into Revolutionary City. And you have come upon a time of great celebration, my friends, for we are all here waiting, gathered in great anticipation for a reading of the recently signed Declaration of Independence. HaZa! Very good, my friends. And when you're excited here in the 18th century, you don't hold it all in. You let it all out, and you say the appropriate 18th century cheer of HaZa. Let's try it all again on three. 1, 2, 3. HaZa! Very good, my friends. And I believe that you will have many reasons to say HaZa while you are here with us in Revolutionary City. My friends, this is a time of great celebration, but it is also a time of great conflict as well. After all, this is only the very beginning of a war which will last 8 years from now. My friends, there are some who are feeling a bit lost amidst the celebration here in 1776, but you who have come here to visit with us in the past, there is no need for you to feel lost, for we have given you a guide as you walk with us through time, a handbill as you traverse Revolutionary City. And now to tell us more about our handbills, help me to welcome back our musician, Mr. Murray. HaZa!
Oh, thank you. Now, if you'll get out those handbills at this time, these will be your guide this morning. You'll see on one side there is a map of the local area, which shows the Capitol immediately behind me, the golf house backyard just around the corner here, and down the street the Raleigh Tavern. On the other side of the piece of paper, you'll notice the listing of the scenes and events to be occurring today. You'll notice the time they occur within history, the time they occur this morning, a title, a description, and perhaps most importantly, its location. So, if you think you're in the wrong place today, my friends, my first advice to you is to find the crowd. The crowd is generally in the right place. Secondly, of course, do take a look at your handbill. It will tell you not only where things are happening, but also where things are going to happen. And of course, if you still feel lost, feel free to ask anyone dressed as myself, Mr. Presley. We'll be happy to answer your questions for you. HaZa!
HaZa! My friends, this is a time of great celebration, but also a time of great conflict as well. In fact, there is one among us living in 1776 that does write of this year as a crisis. You may know the name Thomas Paine very well from his time. He is already well known for his common sense, but he becomes even more well known for the piece that he writes in 1776. This piece becomes so popular that it is read in public settings such as this, used as a recruitment tool to bring people in to the Continental Army. So let us be inspired in the words of liberty, words directly from this time, words from Thomas Paine's The Crisis. HaZa!
HaZa! These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service to their country. But he that stands by it now deserves the love and thanks of man and woman. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered. But we have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. Heaven knows how to put a proper price upon all her goods, and it would be strange indeed if so celestial an article as freedom was not to be highly valued. Britain, with an army to enforce her tyranny, has declared that she not only has the right to tax us, but to bind us in all cases whatsoever. And if this is not slavery, my friends, then there is no such thing as slavery upon this earth. For even the expression is impious, for so unlimited a power may only belong to God.
My friends, in mere moments you will walk through time, beginning in 1776 with a reading of the recently signed Declaration of Independence. As you meet the people of the past, make sure you ask of them who they are and how they are feeling about this time. You'll be meeting many different kinds of people. Of course, the fine gentlemen who have recently signed the great document, the Declaration of Independence. You'll be meeting middling sorts of people, business people concerned about what the future may hold. And of course, you'll be meeting servants and slaves as well. Slaves greatly concerned about liberty in this year of 1776. And in this very year of 1776, you will find slaves taking up arms, fighting for freedom, their own freedom, for liberty, and fighting for this land, despite being defined by the law as legal chattel property. My friends, as you walk about, ask of yourselves as well who you would be during this time and how you would feel about this time of 1776. Most of all, my friends, this is a time of great celebration. We hope that you join in with us in celebrating this fantastic time with a song in your heart and a twinkle in your eye. We welcome you here to our time of the 18th century. We welcome you to July of 1776. We welcome you to Revolutionary City. HaZa!
We've already come up as far as we can. Let's step back and find these folks over this way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. I suppose when the honor guard gets here, we're going to give him a good cheer, all right? All right. What was that? There you are. We'll wait till I get here, all right?
They have to be hot in those clothes.
Huh? Well, if it's hot, then it's hot.
From our representatives to the Grand Congress, July 4th, 1776. Give attendance to these words.
When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men
are created equal.
Yeah!
Woo! They are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends,
It is the right of the people to alter or to abolish and institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such forms as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and their happiness.
prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes.
And accordingly, all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evincely designed to reduce them under absolute despotism,
It is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies. and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government.
The history of the present king is a history of repeated injuries and usurpation, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world.
He has refused to assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance.
He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only.
He has called together legislative bodies in places uncomfortable, unusual, and distant for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures.
He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people.
He has refused for a long time, after such disillusions, to cause others to be elected. The state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing to give his assent to the laws establishing judiciary powers.
He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amount and payment of their salaries.
He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people.
He is kept among us in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislature.
He has effected to render the military independent of and superior to civil power.
He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation.
For quartering large bodies of armed troops among us.
For protecting them by mock trial from punishments for any murders which they should commit upon the inhabitants of these states.
Cutting up our trade with all parts of the world.
Imposing taxes upon us without our consent.
Or depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury.
For transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses.
For taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our governments.
He has abdicated his government here, declaring us out of his protection and waging a war against us.
He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people.
He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation.
He has constrained our fellow citizens taken captive on the high seas to bear arms against their country.
Become the executioners of their friends and their brethren, or to fall themselves by their own hands.
He's excited domestic insurrection amongst us.
In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury.
A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people.
We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do, in the name and by the authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states. Absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved.
And for the support of this declaration,
With a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence,
We mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
May God bless these United States.
Soldiers march on to victory. Let the march by.